Hey everyone, it's Miranda and we're the CraftyGalz. Today is the fourth project in the Christmas with the CraftyGalz series. This is another card. One of our next couple projects will be something other than a card. But I did have a good idea for a card, so I am going to go ahead with it. I'm starting out with this piece of 8.5 by 5.5 piece of green, and this came from the Recollections stack at Michael's. And I'm just going to fold this over, and I've already scored it. And this is a regular A2 sized card, which means it is 5.5 by 4.25, and you can get this by cutting an 8.5 by 11 in half, so you have 8.5 by 5.5, and just folding that over. And I also have this. Let me measure this for you. This is 2 3/4 by 3.5, and so that's just a plain piece of white. And I have this Peace and Joy, and this was also cut out using Sure Cuts a Lot. I cannot remember the font, but it is on the screen now, so that way you can have it handy. And I also have this scallop, which I did make in paint, and I do have a video somewhere. It's probably one of my Sure Cuts a Lot series about how you can make little simple cuts in paint and then cut them out with your Cricut. So I am going to start by kind of assembling this onto the piece of white. I'm just getting it laid down in kind of a general order. And this might be one of those things that you could use some kind of transfer tape or something on, so it's perfectly straight. But I do have that on there kind of generally. And now I'm going to take a ruler, because it's going to say, wishing you peace and joy this holiday season. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a ruler and a pencil, lower this just a little bit, and I'm going to draw a very faint line. And that's going to be that way when I'm writing it, I can tell. All my letters just went everywhere. Okay, I can tell. And then, like, if you want it to be perfect, this is 1/2 inch in, so I can do 1/2 inch in, 1/2 inch in. So it's just kind of how you want to, just how you kind of want to get it, if you really care if it's perfect or not. And this little mini ruler did come with a Cricut toolkit, in case you were wondering. Okay, so now I'm going to write wishing you, and then on this holiday season. Just take my bracelet off. Okay, so I just wrote that. I'm just going to kind of extend that line right there. And so now I just need to erase that pencil marking. If you need to, you can even leave it on to align your letters, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to kind of get that back on there. And this is kind of a boldish font, and it's all in caps. So all of your top and your bottom of each letter should be lined up. So you can put a ruler on there. I am just making that line so I can align each letter to it. And I'm just going to be using a little bit of the Scotch Permanent tape runner. Okay, so I have that, wishing you peace and joy this holiday season. And you can just erase that pencil line that you aligned everything to. Okay. getting that off. Okay, so now I'm just going to adhere that little scalloped. And as you can tell, I did mess up. That was a minute ago. I had to refilm this video. But I'm just going to apply a line of this glue. And my scallop doesn't, you know, go all the way to the edge. Okay, so now I am using this Cosmo Cricut 6x6 mini deck, and this is their Jolly by Golly, and this is the cutest paper. And to be honest, this paper, this one right here, sold me on it. I really liked that paper, and I liked how it corresponded with this. So that kind of sold me on this. But it is a mini deck, and it's got a lot of really cute and pretty papers. And so I'm going to be using both of those today. A little smudge there. And so basically I'm going to be using a little bit right there, and I'm going to tear a strip right there, and then that's going to be kind of popped up a little bit. So right now I'm just going to, first I'm going to cut this white strip off. And I'm going to probably go to there. I'm just going to put a little more permanent tape runner on here. I'm just going to kind of line that up. I'm just going to cut this. Okay, and so now what I'm going to do is, using the guide of this paper, you can tell how much you cut out and how tall your card is. I'm just going to make a line on there. I'm just going to go ahead and cut that. And I'm trying to cut a chunk that doesn't have to be perfect. And now I'm going to first make sure that fits. Yep, it does. And I'm going to tear, and I can never remember if you tear you tear towards you to get the white core. Okay, and so I'm just going to do it this way. I'm just going to put some of that on there. It's going to go right there. So now I'm going to use red stickles to kind of incorporate this line in. I'm just going to kind of make a pencil mark slightly below where that needs to go, and then slightly above. Because that way, because I only need it from here to here and here to here, I'm not going to, you know, use a whole line of it. And the icicle stickles I have, it's got kind of a wider point, but the green and the Christmas red, they're a lot thinner points, so it's easier to be more precise. And like I've said before, you want to get a general movement or flow of your stickles before you're going to start putting them on your paper. Okay. So now I've got that. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to use some of this, and I've used this in a lot of my past videos. It's really good for large pieces. I'm just gonna, you always want to support your middle so it doesn't collapse in the middle. I'm just gonna peel that away. be very careful, especially because you've got stickles on here. Okay, and that is your finished card. Thanks for watching. Comment and subscribe. Go check out my blog at craftygalz.blogspot.com. And also, Callie has made a blog, and it is craftygalzcreations.blogspot.com. So, both links are in the down bar. So go ahead and go check those out, and thanks for watching. Bye.